Hi, I'm Mark Rondo at IQ Pool School. Today I'm here to review some of the basic fundamentals of playing pool. Having the proper stroke mechanics, body alignment, and general understanding of the relationship between the balls and the table will be great building blocks in the future of your pool game. So let's get started. Parts of the pool cue are the tip, ferrule, shaft, joint rings, collar, forearm with inlays, the handle wrap, which is Irish linen, nylon, leather, or wood finish, a butt sleeve with inlays, butt and bumper. Good position would have your rear leg as a straight anchor and bent opposite leg to help you lean over the cue and get down over your shot. Here's another good shot of the foot placement to help you align properly and come down over the cue to perform your shot. Before you begin to shoot your cue ball, it's good to put a nice layer of chalk over your cue tip. A good way to do this is just to rub the cube of chalk over the tip of the cue stick. Just put a nice layer over the tip. You don't need to drill a hole through the chalk cube. When preparing to approach the table and address your shot, it's good to line your cue stick with the cue ball's path needed to perform the shot. Then use your foot placement to step around the cue stick and then bridge down over your cue, over the ball to perform your shot. Here is another view of approaching the table. This here is an open bridge, which can be performed simply by aligning your thumb with the top knuckle of your index finger and then letting the cue stick lay down over the bridge. You want to keep the cue as level as possible to perform truer shots. Here is how you can lay the open bridge onto the table. Just bring your thumb up to your top knuckle on your index finger and lay the cue over the cross. Here we see a closed bridge, which can be performed simply by aligning the knuckle of your thumb with the second knuckle on your middle finger, and then just bring your index finger tip over to your thumb to close the gap. And this will give you a little extra control when you're stroking through. Your bridge height can be raised and lowered simply by opening and closing your fingers along the side of your palm of your hand. The bridge off of, one good way to position your hand is to lay it flat on the rail and lay your cue stick down alongside of it as level as possible. Then take your index finger and bring it over the top of the cue stick and use your thumb and middle finger as guides to help you maintain a nice straight stroking motion. Make sure you keep your level cue and stroke through your shot. Sometimes if you can't reach your shot, they have a bridge, which is many different varieties of the bridge heads. This one has a few different positions you can put the cue stick in to hold it. So the same idea is applied. You want to find your point you want to hit on your object ball with your cue ball. And then you keep that line and just hit your bridge. Lay your cue inside the bridge, and you want to keep the bridge as level as possible again. Good trick is take the bridge and just take it and move it off to the side, and it'll kind of pinch on the front head of the shaft and give you a little more control when you're stroking through. Also, you don't really want to be holding on to it or doing any kind of funky stuff to try and stroke through. Best bet is just to take it, lay it down to its side, and just do your routine and stroke through. That's how you do it. Also, if there's another ball in your way, you can turn the bridge over on its side like this, and that'll give you a little extra height to get up over any balls that might be in your way. And you want to just kind of give a nice level even stroke through and just follow through. And that's how you do it. The bridge is a great tool to use when you have a shot you can't reach comfortably. The bridge is there for you to use, so you might as well get used to it. You want to lay it on the table and then lay your cue stick in the bridge head. Do your routine and stroke through your shot. The same concept is applied if you need to shoot over a ball that is obstructing your shot. You can turn the bridge over on its side, and that'll leave you a position to get over an obstructing ball and give you your opportunity to stroke through and make your shot. As you come down onto the table, before you go to make your shot, you want to make sure that you're not holding the pool cue too tight. You don't want it too loose either, but you just want to have a control of the cue. Not too light, not too tight, just a controlled cue so that you can follow through comfortably. Position by the cue ball should have the cue tip right up to the cue ball as close as possible without touching it. And your rear arm holding the handle wrap area in the cue should be 90 degrees to the floor. This way you will be able to do a backstroke to your bridge and then follow all the way through. Here you can see how you can adjust your bridge to the height or location on the cue ball. Remember to keep the cue as level as possible when you're stroking through the ball. It'll help send the ball in a straighter direction. Here's a look at a closed bridge while addressing the cue ball. You want to make sure you get your cue tip right up to the cue ball as close as possible and stroke straight through with a level cue. Here are a few bridges I've seen people trying to shoot with. You can't shoot with control with your fingers all over the place. Get a nice controlled bridge so that you can stroke the cue stick straight through it. Way to start getting used to the feel of a stroke. Just grab the balls, get up over the ball, align yourself over the cue with the shot, and make sure you stay down and stroke through. And you can just move the ball further and further away from your pocket that you're shooting it into. And just try to make sure you stay down and stroke through for your shots. This will really help you get the feel of what a proper stroke will feel like when you're performing it. The transitions that people tend to use, whether they know they are or not. One is to, on the table, begin by doing your routine and addressing the cue ball properly. Looking at the cue ball, doing your practice strokes in your routine to make sure you are hitting the cue ball in the proper location. Then, before you do your final backstroke, you transition your eyes from the cue ball to the object ball, backstroke, and come through. Another way would be to do your practice strokes. As you're drawing back the stroke through, you can adjust your eyes from the cue ball to the object ball at that point. And another way is to do your practice strokes Do your backstroke and transition from the cue ball to the object ball as you begin to stroke through. This is another great tool that'll help you keep the chatter down in your head and keep you more comfortable on the table. Used to the feeling with each different speed when shooting. Here is a 1 speed. You can use this for a lag speed drill and use the diamonds as guidelines. Then up at 2 diamond intervals. Here is a 2 speed. From there, we'll move on to our 4 speed. Your 5 speed stroke drill, bring it down back past the last diamond into the rail and then not back past that diamond again. Continue back down table 2 diamonds for the 6 speed. You can continue on 2 more diamonds for a 7 speed and then 2 more diamonds to your starting point for an 8 speed. Great drills that will give you immediate feedback, let you know if you're shooting straight or not. Shot drills that will greatly improve your game. Being able to hit center ball is crucial in the process of playing pool, as everything spawns from center ball action on the cue ball. Center ball actions from the cue ball will help you learn the absolute natural lines that come into play. This will help you later on when beginning to use English on the cue ball, as you can use the natural center ball actions as a guideline to follow when planning your next shot. A level cue on the center of the cue ball and stroking straight through the cue ball will run on a straight line. With the diamonds for references, as close to the pocket and object ball as you feel comfortable with, and just move the object ball further from the pocket and the cue ball further from the object ball as you move along. You will know you're hitting center ball because you will have a stop shot. If it's a relatively straight angle, the cue ball should stop dead in its tracks, being that it is sliding by the time it hits the object ball, and there is no forward motion or any other English to make the cue ball run away. Doing this center ball action drill will greatly help you incorporate and get all your routine into play, and you can learn to really get yourself comfortable with a new routine. Feedback of center ball drills. Let's just say if you're shooting high the cue ball will continue to follow at the shot. If there's too much of an angle in play for the shot, the ball will not stay put, but it should hold up in the general location of the contact with the object ball. As you begin to shoot angles in your game, you want to visualize where the cue ball and object ball will be meeting for a point of impact. A good way to visualize this is to see where the cue ball will actually appear as it hits the object ball to put it in the line to send the object ball towards the pocket or rail you're choosing to shoot towards. This point of impact with the cue ball is known also as using a ghost ball. Actually pick up the cue ball and go position it in your line on the object ball during the game. Just visualize the line and point of impact on the object ball where you wish to have the cue ball hit. Here is a nice way to visualize a ball being shot that is along the side of the rail. And you can do this drill the same way. Just get the ball out at a safe distance that you're comfortable with and move them away from each other and away from the pocket as you move along. You can also move them in closer towards each other and tighten up angles. This will really give you all the different variety of angles and ranges. You use these drills along both sides of the table so that you're shooting at different sides of the table and get your views from your right side and your left side. It'll really help you start incorporating the views with your shots and the feeling in relation to the ball roll. Into a pocket, you want to find the object ball that you're planning to make in the pocket and work backwards from there. You find the ball guideline that you're going to be combining into the ball you're playing, and you want to pick your spot with the combination ball shooting through your object ball that you plan to make in the pocket. So your combination ball is going to be used to shoot through the ball you're playing into the pocket and get yourself ready for the next ball.
And then in between each diamond, you can count by tens. Generally speaking, it's about a finger length in between. So if you were at a 0 diamond, here in the middle of the pocket of the corner is your 0 diamond. And then you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, halfway would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you would divide your line of your center point of the object ball, or cue ball if you're kicking. You would find the center line in relation to the object ball you are attempting to shoot. At this point, this one ball looks at a 10 to a 5 angle, which 10 divided by 2 is 5. It's pretty close. So you would shoot a center ball shot at the 5 point on the other side of the table. And you just stroke, shoot through, stay down, and that's how you do it. So now we would continue on. This looks like a 15, 7.5 line. Start by finding what's closest to you along the rail you're shooting from as your starting number. This would be halfway in between 10 and 20 diamond is 15. So I would divide 15 in half as it's over my center line of my object ball. So 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So let's get down, do our routine, and deliver the ball to your point. Stay down, stroke through. Now it's the same idea shooting to the side pocket. Your side pocket would now become home, your 0 point. And as we're on this side of the pocket, we're kicking to the left or banking to the left. This is your home. We would begin counting the diamonds from home as 0, 10, 20, 30, and 40. It's a mirror image again on the other side. So if this pocket is 0, this pocket across from it is 0. This diamond is 10, this diamond is 10. We have 20, 30, and these corner pockets would be 40. Same process, you would find the 0 point of your object ball. This one looks to be about a 12-6 line for a natural line into the side pocket. So let's get down. We'll do our routine to keep the chattering down in our heads and deliver the ball, center ball, home. Stay down, stroke through, and that's how you do it. This is a great drill, and I would highly recommend it. It'll do wonders for your banking and kicking game.
As you can see, depending on which pocket you're planning on banking the object ball towards, that will be your 0 pocket. And there will be a mirror image on the other side of the table to reflect. As you begin to use diamonds on the table for your kicking and banking shots, the diamonds represented on a pool table come down to pockets in the corner. There are 2 diamonds along each side of those pockets on regular billiard tables without pockets. When playing pool games on a table with pockets, it's easier to count the intervals in between the diamonds by tens as opposed to 1.3s, 1.6s, 2.5s, etc. The same idea applies when shooting into the side pockets. Whichever side pocket you are shooting towards will become your home base or your 0 pocket, and then you will apply the same concept, counting by tens away from your pocket, and always start your math and your consideration on the rail that's alongside you. And this will be easier for you to determine your shot points along the other side of the rail on your mirror image.
The same idea applies when you're banking and kicking the length of the table as well. If I'm kicking or banking down to this corner pocket, running up here, this is my home 0 point. So now these diamonds go in order as 10, 20, 30, and 40. And it's the same mirror image up on this rail that I'm banking into. 0, 0, 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40. And I do the same math in just dividing whatever my starting point number is, the number on against the rail that's closest to me. I would find a 0 point, and I start with natural lines to find what number I'm on if it's not a perfect position. So I'll start with 10 and half is 5, and it's not on that line. I'll move over to 20 and 10. It's not on that line, so it's somewhere in between here. So if I move to 15, 7.5, that looks pretty close. It looks like a 14-7 line. So I'm going to get down, do my natural routine, and deliver the ball home. And that's how you do it. And the same idea applies. We shoot the 6 ball. I'll come to the 20 and 10 diamond. That's the closest natural line to it. It's not on that, but it's pretty close. I shoot about a 19 with a 9.5 up here, center ball line, and just bring it home. Now we can continue on with the 8-ball now and start with the 10, 20 and 10 line. It's not on that, but it looks close. If I move over to it's about a 23, 11.5 line, I get down, do my routine to keep all the extra chatter out of my head, find my center point, and deliver it home. Stay down and stroke through. Same idea, we come over to this pocket. Now this pocket is 0. And we'll work this way to the right because we're banking to the left. So home is 0 point here, 10, 20, 30, and 40. Same idea, we find the natural lines first to get us close. Here's a 20 and 10 line. The 12 is not on that. If I move over just a little bit, here's the 15, 7.5 line. It's not on that. Move over to a little bit more. 16 and 8 looks pretty good. 16 on my side, 8 on this side. We'll get down. We'll do our routine and deliver the ball home. We can just keep going here with the 10 ball. Start with the 20-10 line. That looks pretty close. Looks like it's just off the 20-10 line, say 20.5, 10.5. Stay down and stroke straight through it. Let's do the 9-ball while we're at it. So if I'm coming home over here to my left, I'll be 0 here with 10, 20, 30, and 40. So if I start with the 30, half of 30 is 15, which is the point in between your 10 diamond and your 20 diamond in relation to home, which is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So here 30 and 15, it's not on that line. 25 and 12.5, that looks pretty close. 25, 12.5. I'm going to get down, do the routine to keep the chatter down. Stay down and stroke through. And that's how you do it.
So when banking, you want to begin by finding the natural line that the object ball you're preparing to bank is on. You can use the diamonds set up in positions of 10s from each other. And whichever pocket you're shooting towards is going to be your home base or your 0 pocket. The diamonds can be viewed in one segment or by 10s, and 10s seem to be a little easier to add and subtract than going 1.5 plus 2.4 and such. Or you can use whatever math is easiest for you when going in between the diamonds. The same idea applies when banking or kicking to the other side. Whichever pocket you're going to is your home pocket, your zero pocket. This is a great drill and will get you ready for the future with your 2, 3, 4 rail bank shots and kick shots. Drill you can use is to set up the balls at a diamond and a half distance away from your side of the table and a diamond away from the side pocket. Then run them towards each second diamond from each side of the adjacent side pocket from where you are standing. Then you can begin with your cue ball a diamond length on the table from you and begin shooting your first ball and move the cue ball a half diamond at a time for each shot, keeping it a diamond distance from you. This will really give you a full range of angles and positions that you'll need to get used to shooting when playing into the side pocket. This side pocket drill will certainly give you a pretty good look at all the different various types of angle cuts that you'll be dealing with playing side pocket shots. To shoot the cue ball with center ball, as we are looking to find the natural lines occurring with all these shots we're doing. And then we can use these as guidelines for our future when we start using English or needing to put position with the cue ball and object balls and such.
I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you found the information to be a wealth of knowledge that you can apply to your own pool game. Practice makes perfect though. You have to put your time in on the pool table. One good way to get better is to play with people who you feel may be better than you at this time. Share this video with your friends, family, and the world. And the next time you get up to play, give it your best shot. Your opponent will be. I'm Mark Rondo at IQ Pool School. You can reach me here and let me know what you think of this video and any other ideas you'd like me to put out in the future. Thank you for stopping by, and let's play pool.